I think these are the matchups that are really going to grow the WNBA, and I think they're sleeping on it because this should be your rivalry week. So imagine you don't have to get rid of like the big games you already have. Let's say the Fever versus the Sky game. Now imagine throughout all of that, the promo was watch Angel Reese go up against the second coming of Angel Reese with Kiki. She set out to be maybe the next Angel Reese, maybe the next Asia Wilson, but now you get to see them battle with each other for the next 5 years to become the next Asia Wilson. What if that's the narrative? You still can have your CC versus Angel game, but coming out of that next week, you're gonna watch Angel and Kiki go at it, and then part of the promo is the following that game is Caitlyn going at Paige. They're the same class. Angel and Kiki within the same 2 years of each other. These people are going to battle it out for the next 10 years in your league. If you're pushing that after these big games you have, hey, watch next week. It's going to be just as good. Angel and Kiki are going to bring an incredible matchup. It's going to be fireworks, like that kind of stuff. And then, you know, that same weekend, that same day, you have Caitlyn and Paige. These are the last two number one picks. They're both point guards. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff, I think is how you really, really grow the game instead of just throwing Chicago and Washington at each other on a random Tuesday night, and then they're going to be judged by the numbers they pull. Like, what is the league? Make this a thing. This is your next 10 years you're looking at. This could be the next 10 years of a matchup of the bigs that you're looking at. Like, this is, to me, this is simple. I always thought this. This is simple. And then you got the big leagues. Asia versus Fee, the race for MVP. Like that, within that same, maybe the next day, you know, let's say maybe the next day is that, or you have a triple header with all three and you build off of this. Now you got people that love Asia and now like, oh, I know who Asia is, you know, casually, but there's somebody she's battling for MVP. Let me go watch. Let me tap in. Let me see Asia go against her rival or her peer. And that's how you start growing the game. And out of that game, you promote the next week when we'll see Golden State go at Dallas the next week, and then the next week you have Caitlyn versus Sabrina, and then you have Paige versus the Valkyries, because now people are familiar with Paige after battling with Caitlyn. You know what I mean? And then you grow off of that, and then you throw now Angel's about to go play against Brittany Griner or AT. She's going to face Alyssa Thomas, and then Kiki's going to play against BG. However you throw it in, you start building things up like that, and people are getting excited, but you can still keep the main thing, you know, the Indiana versus Chicago thing, the main thing, if that's what you want to do, but grow the game for real. You can start pushing these other players by having your big moment with the Sky and the Fever, and then the next week, yo, if you love that energy, if you like this, now you're going to see them play against somebody else, you know, but make it a thing, somebody that is their peer. Like Paige and Caitlyn needs to be the next 10 years. Angel and Kiki the next 10 years. And then the year after that, you got Flage and Juju coming in. I'm off with the years, but you get what I'm saying. Like that's how you push things. And that next year, who is Flage's coming out that next year? Now it's Flage being welcomed in by Paige, who won Rookie of the Year maybe. Or if you get what I'm saying, Flage is going to go against Sonia Citron, you know, that kind of thing. I'm just throwing names out there, not fully thought out with that. But like that's the promotional way you push this league, because there's more talent than just watching Indiana versus Chicago. But you can build off of that, but you have to do it correctly, not give us 5 games of that with no follow-up or nothing after that. So Tuesday does have some of these matchups, but because Indiana's already playing, but they're playing the Sun. But you do have the Angel and Kiki thing happening. Now, what if Indiana was facing off against Dallas in the same game, same day? And then you have the MVP battle there. And this is even a good matchup, too, seeing Seattle go at the Sparks. Like, what if these were the matchups that you really, really pushed and promoted? Like, there's a chance to really, really grow this game. It's just about being intentional about it. Like I said, this Tuesday almost has all the matchups we're talking about. If you switched out that Indiana for if Tuesday was Indiana and New York or Indiana and Dallas, now you're building something there. Indiana and Connecticut is just a walk in the park for Indiana. Look, the pieces are there. You just got to create the right blueprint. There's so much talent in this league that you can promote these newer players, these lesser known teams, by matching them up against the bigger names, but finding the right way to introduce those matchups to the casual people that will just watch casually, if they get to see a great game and then now they know next week this person's going to be challenged by the next coming player that resembles their game, that's something people might tune in for. And then you got promotions running all throughout the week, commercials everywhere that, hey, we just watched the Sky in Indiana. Now we're about to see Paige go at Caitlin. Now we're going to see Kiki go at Angel. That's going to keep people buzzing, keep people fired up. There's plenty of talent. LA and Golden State would be another great one to promote out. So one week you got Rakia going at Fee. You know what I mean? You make that the third game of your triple header, second game of your double header, and you build off of that. And then you go from, hey, if Fee and what am I saying? Fee and Rakia go back and forth. Now you get to promote Rakia going at an expansion team. Now you get to I liked Rakia's game, but they kind of got blew out by the leagues. Let's say that happened. But now you get to watch Rakia play against, some competition that's around the same level as her team. You're fired up to see her because you liked her game and you want to see her win. And you just build off of that. It's small stuff I think the league could do to really grow this game instead of solely focusing on what Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark do when they play together, which is it's must-watch TV, clearly gets the most ratings. But it's time to start to strategically grow the league, and the talent is there. It's just about putting the right marketing out there, the right matchups, promoting things the right way. It doesn't say, no, I'm not saying do not promote CC. No, I'm saying promote your big moments, but have something to come right after that that's going to keep the buzz happening. Maybe don't wait till the next Saturday. Maybe it's this Saturday is the big game, Sky and Fever, and then Wednesday is Angel playing Kiki, and then Paige and Caitlin Clark playing just that next Wednesday. That's how you get people to tune right in. We just seen it we just seen Angel and Caitlin go at it 2 days ago. Now we get to see them go at here at the same position, close enough rookie class. And then you start building that. And then the next year, like I said, you get the next wave of people coming in. And then the year after that, you're going to bring in Juju in, and she'll be ready to be accepted into this quote unquote rivalry system to completely grow this game out to where you'll have fans of Golden State that live in Texas, and you'll have fans of Chicago that live in California, and so on and so forth. But you have to build it strategically. And I think they might be missing the mark because, again, tomorrow we get some of these matchups. But why isn't this called the rivalry week, the rivalry matchups? You get Asia and Fee and Angel and Kiki, and then you should have had Paige and Caitlin. Like that would have really, really been a big deal to happen for the league. Probably not on a Tuesday, but if this was a Saturday matchups, that would be great. I know this is kind of a rant. I don't have any notes, or I didn't fully even flush this out in my head. I just turned on the camera and was like, I feel like we're close to something, but they're missing the mark because the games are happening. These games are happening, like I said, but I feel like they missed the mark to really, really push this. When last time we seen the Fever in Indiana, I keep referring to that because that was kind of the biggest views. We seen the Fever in Indiana, not the Fever in Indiana. We seen Chicago and Indiana. What if they were promoting this week? You get to watch Angel go against Kiki, and their stats are everywhere this week. They comparing what Kiki is doing as a rookie to Angel doing as a rookie. Now we're going to get the clash of the tight ends. Whoa, that's going to stop some people in the track, and then we're going to get CC and Paige, the number one pick, about to go at it. Whoa, I want to watch that. And I think that's something that's kind of missing right now, but hopefully really soon they get it together. I'm AJ. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm AJ. This is my mic. Peace.